Okay, I think we'll get started. So yeah, just quick introduction. So I'm Will. I'm the Chief Technology Officer and co-founder of Kaddra. Today we're going to be talking about some of the product updates. So we've as most of you know, we've been doing a lot of improvements to the product over the past few months, and we just really wanted to take the opportunity to let you know about the new features. So we'll get started. So before we jump into new features, I just want to just summarize a little bit, where Kaddra fits in your overall ecosystem. So the traditional storefronts have always been web-based. So these are your standard storefronts from Shopify or WooCommerce, Magento. Where Kaddra fits in is we are obviously very much focused on the mobile-based storefronts. So we strongly believe that the mobile shopping experience is by far better than say a desktop shopping experience, and this is where we see ourselves. So it's not to say that you only need mobile or you only need web, but the two sort of go together now. Where web-based storefronts add a lot of value is in the acquisition phase of the customers. Now, once the customers are loyal and have been doing multiple transactions, then there's a good chance they would move into a mobile-based shopping experience where it's just easier, faster, and more convenient to shop that way. And that's where Kaddra fits. So Kaddra is very much focused on the mobile experience and engaging your existing customers. So one of the big feature sets we introduced in 2021 was the loyalty system, and this is key to the overall solution from a consumer point of view. Why? Because it answers the question of downloading the app. So by putting the loyalty program in the hands of the customers, they're more likely to engage and also use the mobile app. Another one of the sort of major initiatives we've done in the past few months was a major upgrade of our marketing module, and this is what we call Engage. So we've introduced a number of new things. So one is the ability to have triggered based campaigns. So rather than every time you want to send out messages to your customers having to schedule it, what you can do now is set it up and trigger the messages to go out based on the customer behavior. So a simple example could be if you want to send a discount code to your customer a week after their first order, that could be set up as a triggered based campaign, and then it will just automatically run. So you can set it up once, and it will automatically take care of things. The other thing we've added is the audiences. So a much more sophisticated way to segment your customers so that you can reach the right people at the right time. And I'll go into that in a bit more detail later. So yeah, this is the very high level sort of new features we've rolled out in Q4 of 2021, and also this year, Q1 of 2022. So we've introduced a new payments service called Kaddra Pay. Now, what this is it's a service which allows to use many more payment processes and alternative payment methods. So within Kaddra Pay, there's PayPal, Braintree, Checkout.com, Adyen, WorldPay, as well as coming up will be some of the buy now, pay later providers like Hula and Atomi. So it's a very strong payment solution. Moving along, we have the campaign triggers. So I mentioned that before. So we now have a way to set up campaigns once, which are based on triggers, and have them kind of automatically sent. We've also introduced the ability to geofence your audiences. So previously the audiences were built based on attributes of the customer, but didn't include the location. But now you can actually geofence. So you can set up audiences based on their physical location. The next thing related to campaigns is the campaign goals. So this is a way to set, when you set your campaign, you actually set the goal ahead of time. And what it will do is the system will basically track how the campaign has gone. So you could say the goal of this campaign is to sell more units of a specific SKU. What the tool will do is it will track any sales from any recipients of that campaign and track it against the campaign. So you can clearly see the result of those campaigns. We've also added booking packages. So booking packages are for those the merchants which are selling services. So rather than sort of products, they're actually selling services. So the booking package is a way to sell upfront a number of bookings. So let's take a yoga studio. So if you're a yoga studio, you can sell a package of 10 classes, and then every time the customer books through the app, it will deduct from the overall package. Okay, a few other things. So we've just rolled out Tagalog and Japanese translations for the mobile app. So this way, all of the navigation and elements of the app will be translated. We've also added table numbers at checkout. So for the F&B merchants who want to accept orders within the restaurant, what we have now at checkout is the table numbers, so the customer can identify which table number they're sitting at, and then when the order comes through, you know exactly where to deliver the items. Another one, which I'm sure most of you have seen, is the products and categories upgrade. So we tried to simplify the way that you manage products. So being able to search all the products in one go rather than having to navigate by categories. Then finally, we've added the Lala Move support to the merchant app. So on the merchant app, you can book Lala Move jobs directly from the app. And then also we've added a few new integrations. So one is Doku. So Doku is an Indonesian payments provider. We've also added EasyShip. So EasyShip is a logistics aggregator. So EasyShip aggregates together many different couriers. And then, so what we do is we integrate, we can send the order into EasyShip, and from EasyShip, you can organize the logistics side of things. And the final one that we've done is Plato Medical, which is a CRM for health and medical practices. Okay, just before I move on, there is a Q&A section in the Zoom bar. At any time, if you have any questions, just feel free to drop in the question, and I'll answer that. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, kind of a bit of a reminder of just all the integrations which are available in the platform. So on the e-commerce side, we have Shopify, WooCommerce, and Magento. We've done a few enhancements to those as well. So you can now integrate the categories. So previously it was just products, but now you can integrate the categories, so that can be automatically synchronized. On the logistics side, as I said before, we have Lalamove and now EasyShip. Then for payments, we have Kaddra Pay, Apple Pay is available, Gcash for the Philippines, Doku for Indonesia, Xero. So if you're using Xero, we can push the orders into Xero as invoices. We also support Pay Now for Singapore and Stripe as well. Then, yeah, as I mentioned, Plato, we have Plato Medical and Flaps. So Flaps is a Taiwanese point of sale system. Okay, just on Kaddra Pay. So Kaddra Pay, this is not the full list, but are the main providers which are available through Kaddra Pay. So Stripe, Pay Now, PayPal, Braintree, Checkout.com, Adyen, Hula, Klarna, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Afterpay, and WorldPay. Okay, so some of those, some of the features that I mentioned, what I'm going to do is just do a quick demo. Okay. Okay. So here, so I mentioned we added the concept of audiences. So an audience is built up. Well, it's a way to very kind of granularly segment your customers. So here's an example where we can use attributes. So the attributes of the customer. So in this case, I'm saying I want any customer that has placed an order, but you can also add additional attributes. So you could say anyone who's placed an order and has viewed a specific product. So we could say, okay, they viewed this specific product. So what we're doing here is we've made available the customer behaviors, which allows you to then filter those customers. So there's a very long list here of all the different things which customers can do in terms of the behavior, and you can use those in your audience to filter the customers. Then the new feature we added just last month was geofencing. So this is where you can segment and filter the customers by location. So in this example, I'm taking Australia and just doing a simple circle and saying I want to target everyone in that zone. And at the moment, there's only one person, which is me. But you can also add multiple zones. So I could do here. So, and this will probably find a few more customers. Yeah, so now I've extended the geofence. It's going to find additional customers. Okay, right. So moving to the campaigns tool. So the new campaigns tool. This is where we've added. This is where we've added a few new things. So the trigger-based campaigns is one, and then the goals. So in the goals, you can set here exactly what you want the goal to be. So here I want to sell more of this specific product, and the target is 100. I want to sell 100 of those units. Then if I go next, so here, because this is a trigger-based campaign, you can choose from any of the customer behaviors. So in this case, I'm going to use the order created. So I'm going to say, okay, order created, I want to send 1 minute after they've created an order, I'm going to send them a push notification. Then we've just added this section here, which is send limits. So because the campaigns are triggered, if the trigger you're using can happen frequently, so let's say adding to bag, you might use the add to bag as a trigger. What we can do here is just have a send limit on how many push notifications we send to a customer. So you might want to just do the first time only, or maybe only send them one message per hour based on this trigger. So it's just a way to kind of prevent spamming the customers. And then the what is where you want that push notification to go when they click on it, and the who. So the who is now based on an audience. So this is the audience that I've set up. So this is who is going to be targeted by this campaign. And then the content. So this is very similar to what we had before, with a few additions. So you can now upload images, and I'll show you that in a second, how it looks for the customer. But you can have an image in your push notification. You can also have call to action buttons on the push notification as well. Okay. Yeah, then finally you confirm. You can see all the settings of that campaign, and then publish it. Just got a question. Just got a question here from Arthur. Said that right? So yeah, so for geofencing, will it be based on the real-time location, or is it based on where they're from? Okay, so the geofencing is based on their real-time location, or what we call the last known location. So when the app is running, we are aware, if the customer has given permission, we're aware of the geolocation. So we keep track of their last known location. So hopefully that answers it. Okay. All right. Okay. I think what I'll do now is just switch to the app so we can show just how that campaign comes through. Okay. All right, so I'm going to buy this blue maxi dress. So what we're expecting here, based on the trigger that we've done, is is to receive a push notification after the order is created. Just realized I just had to tweak the send limits. Okay. Okay. So I'm placing the order now, and then in about a minute, should receive a push notification. Okay, so that's my notification about the points being earned. So this version has the loyalty program enabled. So whenever a customer earns the points, they get notified of those. Yeah. So you can see here, I mentioned there's now these call to actions. So you can have a call to action button on your push. So if the customer does what's called a long push, you can see those buttons there. That button. Okay, so this is the message I'd set up. And you can see here with the long push, you've got the image, so the image that's been set up, and again the call to action button. So I'm going to click there, and that goes there. I can also show that in the notification center. So you can see here, we've even customized the call to action down here. Okay. Okay, what I might do is just switch back to the dashboard. Okay, so we mentioned the goals. So I just want to show what that looks like. So for this campaign, we set a goal. So we said, okay, we want to sell 100 of this specific product. And what this is a report of how that's gone so far. So how you're tracking against the goal. So here you can see the total number of pushes that have been sent, and then the total number which have been clicked as well. So we can actually track whether a customer clicks on the push notification, and this can also be used as a information to do the filtering of the audience. Okay, so here going into the detail is showing, okay, which customer has actually clicked, and here you can see that there's been a purchase as well. And this can be exported, so you can export to CSV and then analyze it in any way you want. Okay. Okay, I'll just jump back to the app. So I just want to showcase quickly how the loyalty works from a customer point of view. Okay. Okay, so as a customer, I've got my my shopping cart, and I want to check out. So you can either choose from one of the payment methods, or use the points to offset that transaction. So here I can say spend 1,000 points and redeem those, and then that'll give me a 10% discount on the transaction. So you can see the points balance has been immediately deducted, and the discount has been applied. If I go back, I can choose to use that later, and then the reward will sit here. So you can purchase the rewards and then ideally use them as part of that transaction. But if you choose not to use them, they'll sit within your reward section. So I can use that, and again that'll apply the discount. And then on the profile, the customer can review all of their loyalty transactions. So you can see how many points they have, how many points they've used, every time the points are being earned, when they've been used, and when they're expiring. So if you choose to have expiring rules on your points, then they'll show here. There's also a referral code here, so you can share this with your friends, and if they use that referral code at sign up, then the customer can be rewarded with loyalty points. Okay. All right. Okay. So the next feature I want to show is the booking packages. So I just want to show how this works from the customer side. So I've set up here. We've got these are, it's just a dummy data, but it's a grooming session for dogs. So here I'm booking a specific session. So it's the standard kind of booking flow, but there's now this new section called use package. So what you can do here is either purchase a new package, or you can use one of your existing packages. So this is one that I've purchased already, and there's essentially nine credits left. So what I can do is I can buy a new one. Okay, so what I've done is I've done a booking, and now because I'm buying a package, it's taking me to the payment screen. Okay, and that's it. So then the customer can review their packages. So they have the history of all the packages. So how many they've used, how many are left, and the expiry date if the package has an expiry date. You can also see on the booking, you can see which package was actually used to make that booking. And I'll just switch over to the dashboard. Okay. Yeah. So in the booking screen, there's now the payment status. So you can see whether or not that booking has been paid, if it requires a payment or a package usage. And then on the detail screen, again, you can see the paid status, and you can actually see the package which has been used as well. For the customer, what you can see is all the packages that they've purchased. Okay, so that's the one I've just purchased. You can see how many credits are left, and you can even extend the expiry date or increase the the credits as well, or change the credits. So you've got the kind of back-end function to be able to just override the rules. Okay. Yeah, also just one thing to note is that it will create an order. So every time you buy a package, it will create an order for that package as well. But you can see here that this has a booking reference against it, so it links directly to that booking. Okay. All right. I think that's everything for the demo. And are there any questions? I haven't seen any new questions come through. Okay, cool. Well, I'll just shoot back to the presentation. Okay, so I'd also like to give you a little bit of a preview of what we're working on and what's coming up this year. There's a lot of very exciting initiatives we're working on, which will be rolled out across the year. So one that we're working on now, it's called product add-ons. There's a number of merchants who are in the F&B sector, and it's very common that when you purchase something, there can be additional add-ons or potentially options. So let's say you're buying a hamburger and you want to add, add pickles or extra sauce or these sorts of things. So this will be possible, but also this feature, if used well, can actually be a great way to upsell at the time that people are adding to their bag. So when they add to bag, they're going to see some potential options or add-ons or things that could be upsold. So it's going to be very powerful, and that's coming Q1. We're also working on template campaigns. So we know the campaign tool is extremely powerful. However, it does take a bit of setup. So what we want to do is make it easier and faster for you to get going and to set up campaigns. So we're creating essentially a library of what we call template campaigns. So campaigns which are common across all of the merchants. And instead of having to set up all the details, you'll just be able to choose from the campaign library, and it will pre-fill all of the details. Something else that's we're working on is the ability to have products rated and reviewed. So within the app and in other apps, it's quite common that you have ratings, so a 5-star rating, and also reviews. So we're working on that, and it'll be out in Q1. Now, some of the bigger initiatives we're working on is what's called a PWA. So it's a progressive web app. So this is it's effectively a website version, so a web-friendly version of the app. So what it will mean is that it will be possible to have a mobile optimized version running on the web of the app. So customers who are on mobile devices can actually use a browser-based version of the app. So this is obviously quite a big thing. And yeah, we're looking at Q3 to launch a first version of this. Now, because it's running on a web browser, not on an app, there will be certain functionalities which won't be which won't actually be possible because it's in a browser. But certainly the core functionality of finding products and buying products will be there. as well as the loyalty side. So this is, yeah, very, very, very exciting. Another one we're working on now, just in the sort of R&D phase, is proximity beacons. So proximity beacons, this is would be for our retail merchants, so those who have a physical store. So a proximity beacon is a very small Bluetooth device which can sit within the retail store. And what it can do is that the device, the phone, can actually detect that it's near a proximity beacon. Why this is interesting is we will that information will be tied into the campaign tool. So you'll be able to trigger push notifications based on proximity to your physical store. There's a few different examples we're thinking of. I mean, one would be if someone's come into your store and then left, but hasn't made a purchase, you could potentially ping them with a push notification. Another could be if you've got a larger store, you could have contextual push notifications. So let's say they're walking down the shoe aisle and you have a special offer on shoes. What would be possible is you'd be able to send them a push notification advising them of that offer. The other part of the system we'll link this to is the loyalty platform. So you'll be able to reward customers with loyalty points for effectively coming into your store, which, you know, as everyone knows, getting people back to physical stores is a challenge in this sort of post-COVID world. So yeah, so we're planning to roll out a first version of that in Q2. More longer term, as we're working on an Apple Watch app. So for anyone with an iPhone and Apple Watch, they would sort of immediately get an Apple Watch app, and this would be under the merchant's brand. But we're also working on a merchant app version of the Apple Watch app. So there'll be two apps. There'll be one which is under your brand, and then there'll be the Kaddra merchant app, Apple Watch app. Something else we're working on is Siri support. So the ability to for all of the apps to receive Siri commands. So things like making a booking, changing a booking, reordering something. So all of these things would be possible to do via Siri and voice command. On the payment side, as I mentioned before, we're going to roll out Hula and Atomi support as part of Kaddra Pay, and that'll be in Q1. And then finally, we've got the MailChimp integration in Q3. So what we're planning with MailChimp is from the Engage tool, you'll be able to use the triggers to then push the customers into MailChimp, and from MailChimp you can send emails. Okay, we've got a question here. How will the currency be reflected? Will it automatically convert to the local currency of the customer? Okay, so yeah, the currency in the app is based on what we call the market. So you can set the currency and the pricing per market. So if you're operating across multiple markets, let's say Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, you would have in your market, you would have them set up, and they would be in the currency that you want. So would be rupiah for Indonesia, and ringgit for Malaysia, and Singapore dollars. And then the price is the price that you set. We don't, at the moment, we don't do dynamic conversions of the price because pricing strategies aren't necessarily that simple. So the price of a good can be different market by market. The example I always give is if you go to the Apple website, if you're on the Singapore one versus the Australia one, the price can be quite different, even if you do a currency conversion, and that's because the pricing has been tailored for the specific market. So hopefully that answers that one. Yeah, so this is just a bit of a preview of what's coming up. So as I mentioned before, we have the product add-ons. So this is what we're working on now on the left side here. So as you choose a product to add to your bag, there will be the possibility to add additional products there, and these can be either free add-ons or can be paid add-ons, or could just be things that you want to upsell at the time of the transaction. Then here we have the product reviews and ratings. So on the product page, there'll be sort of an overall rating, and then the ability for the customer to rate that customer and also leave a review. Okay, I think I mentioned that. So Atomi, Hula, MailChimp, all coming soon. Okay, I think that's enough from me. Are there any other questions? Okay, we've got another question here from Diane. Is it possible to reroute the order from one branch to the other branch? Reroute the order. Not quite sure what you mean by that. Is it possible to give an example? No? Okay. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll leave it there. Everybody have a good Thursday. Oh, one more question. Okay, can the Kaddra app be connected to Instagram or Facebook ads? Not at the moment, is the answer. But yeah, it's something that we can consider. I mean, the reason for doing these webinars is firstly to just let you know what's going on, but also to get your feedback, because I'd say probably 90% of the roadmap is driven by customer requests. So if you have ideas, feel free to always share them with the customer success team. Trust me when I say all of those ideas, they arrive to the product team, and we review them very carefully, and we use that as a guide. So yeah, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, it's something we're thinking about, and if we see more merchants asking for that, then that's something we could consider. But yeah, as I say, we depend on your feedback, and we're here. We've got a very strong team that's constantly evolving the product, and this is one of the wonderful benefits of being our customer, is that we're evolving that product all the time, and improving things all the time. Okay, I think that's it. So yeah, thanks everyone for your time. This will be recorded, and I believe we'll send out an email with a link to the video if you want to share with other people within your organization. But yeah, thanks very much, and I'll hopefully see you all at the next one in a couple of months. Okay, thanks.